What is up, YouTube? So today we're going to talk about the top 5 things that you can do to add value when you're selling your ATV, or maybe you're flipping an ATV and you're trying to make a profit on it. So maybe you're buying this machine to fix it and flip it, or you're buying something, or you already have something. Either way, this is all stuff that over the last few years I've gathered from my experience buying and selling, as well as what you see people talk about in the comment section, what bothers them the most about the machine, what's the first thing they complain about when somebody lists it. So we're gonna start here with this machine. This machine looked like garbage when we picked it up. This was bought for 250 bucks just to flip. This is a friend of mine's quad. He wanted to clean it up and make it look good. So some of the stuff on this is exactly what I go over on, that I'm gonna go through on this video. This quad had these massive racks that stuck out to here, and while if they looked good, they might add some value to something like this. This one, not so much. They were rusted through the steel mesh. I don't know what it's called. We're just gonna call it steel mesh. It's all jacked and wasn't any good anymore. So we pulled those off, and man, what a difference did it make. Now, this doesn't mean the quad has to be mint condition or a perfect good running shape. I'm just gonna go over what you can do to actually bring more value, whether it's running, non-running. So we're gonna start from the top though. Number 5, grips. You don't want something that's got a bunch of real nasty grips or electrical taped grips. I know you've seen it before. Electrical tape are not grips. Electrical tape is for electrical. So do new grips, unless it's a parts bike or it's in real bad shape, then don't. But if you're trying to sell something, you want to get good money out of it. New grips cost $5. You cut these ones off. You can use hairspray to install new ones. I spray it in there. You can get them for $8 on Rocky Mountain. I'm pretty sure you could probably get something even cheaper on Amazon. Just get ATV grips or dirt bike grips. And this applies to anything that you're selling. Number 4 would be a battery. Now, if you got a good running machine, most of these batteries can be bought for anywhere from 25 to 50 bucks, especially if you buy it off Amazon. You don't have to deal with getting your core charged from Walmart or O'Reilly or whatever, where those places are a little more expensive. You can buy the battery from Amazon or eBay dirt cheap. We bought the battery that was in this for $40. It doesn't cost much, and the buyer being able to come there and just fire it up and go makes a big difference versus having to jump it off, and they got to go buy a battery as soon as they got it, so they're thinking they need to get it cheaper because of the battery. It's just overall, it's such a cheap expense to get more out of your machine. Number 3 would be tires. Now, these can be a little more expensive, but nowadays you can get a full set of tires for, I think it's $230 for some 12-inch on Amazon. Don't quote me on that. I might be wrong. You can also get takeoffs real cheap. I sell tires cheap as hell. Just having a nice, good, meaty tire. Now, these don't have to be perfect, but if your customer has to buy tires as soon as they get the machine, that's kind of a downside. So you think about it, if you want $2,000 for this machine and they have to go out and buy tires immediately, why spend the money on this when they go buy one that's already got tires, good tires on it? Number 2 would be a seat cover. Golly, that makes these quads look terrible. When you've got a seat cover that's ripped and just completely jacked up, and it just looks horrible, like this one here, you're gonna have a harder time getting top dollar out of that machine. Where this seat cover was, for this machine, was 20 bucks, 30 bucks off Amazon. It really wasn't bad. We got it, we replaced it. These can be a little tricky to install if you've never done one before. These bigger ATV seat covers are a little harder to do than like a dirt bike. I have a pneumatic stapler. They're like 20 bucks at Harbor Freight. So for 50 bucks. If you have an air compressor, you can install a new seat cover, and it's not that bad. Just put it on as tight as possible. There's lots of YouTube videos out there on it. Now, this is gonna be the most important one, and it doesn't hardly cost anything. And for some reason, no one likes to do it, especially on Facebook Marketplace. Wash it. I don't understand why a lot of people will take pictures of something and it's just covered in mud. And that's the picture they post. Well, like, that doesn't show the machine real well. So if you wash it, it makes all the difference. This quad here, we washed it. There's a little dirt on this rack from taking some tires to the tire shop yesterday. But this here, man, like, there was so much dirt buildup on it that it's... The only way you can get rid of that is washing it. Now, bonus points if you use SC1 or like back to black spray. So SC1 is a spray that'll give you the shine like this one has. And it is a little oily, so if you go and you do decide to ride it after you spray it on, the mud comes right off. But SC1 is a little on the pricier side. They sell that at like motorcycle shops. I bet you could get it on Amazon or something. Back to black, you can get at Walmart. It's $10 for a spray can. A spray can would probably do this machine 2 or 3 times, depending on how heavy you do it. It did bring these racks back to life a little bit. They were very faded. Now they're just a little faded. These old fiberglass racks, there's not a whole lot you can do, as to my knowledge at the moment. If you really want to be cheap, though, you can use WD-40 on these. WD-40 will bring this shine. It doesn't quite look as good as back to black, but it does still look good. And it keeps the mud off of it. A lot of times, like, see where it fades right there? It makes that look so much better. And if I were to give a couple bonus tips, I would say if you're going to spray paint something, for example, like you're going to take the bumper off and you're going to paint it black to make it look good. This one don't look so bad, but this one here does. This looks absolutely horrendous. That bumper is all beat to hell. We'll probably have to replace this one. But if it had that, maybe we'll just send it with it. If you wanted to paint that, pull it off to paint it. Because when you spray this with it on there, you get that overspray on all that, and it just looks so bad. And I would say good pictures. I can't tell you how many Facebook ads I see on Facebook. They sit there for weeks at a time because someone takes a picture 20 foot away, zooming in on it, of it under their carport, and it's like, you can't even see what's there. Same thing if it's in your garage and it's just covered in stuff, pull it out. You'll get better pictures. You'll more likely get that sale quicker. But, I mean, or don't, because people like me come and swoop it up for a great deal. To wrap this video up, basically where I'm getting at is a lot of people buy more off the aesthetics, the way it looks, if I'm even pronouncing that right, the way it looks versus mechanical. If you have a nice, good-looking machine, they will pay more for it, almost always. So something like this, when it was non-running, the lady he bought this from probably could have got $800 for it, just like this, non-running, where he picked it up for $250, and it looked, like I said, like garbage. Thanks for watching, and if you have something that you do to maybe get more money out of a machine, or something that you feel makes a machine look better, put that down in the comments down below. Maybe you'll help somebody else out. Maybe you'll help me out. There's something I don't know. You know, I like learning. Be sure to hit that like and that subscribe button if you felt you got some value out of this today. I'm posting lots of content on how to make money with this type of stuff. How do you make money with ATVs, dirt bikes? Like, I don't want a normal job, so I assume y'all don't either.